obviously won the last couple of tournaments that they played in, beating some pretty good European talent to do it. I think that Blitz is pound for pound one of the best fragging IGLs in the world. I think Senzu has turned into one of the best entry riflers in the world as far as how many attempts he takes and how successful he is. And then the one thing I want to give them credit for as well is the fact that 910 has slowly but surely become a legit op threat, like someone you really have to count on. And when you compare Mizzino at the beginning of the year to who he is now today, he has developed so much as a player. And I feel like he's actually the X factor that really kind of kicks Mongols over the edge nowadays.
You can see there on the stage, they have those 4 booths and they're shut. And then obviously as the teams are about to play, they open them up so the other teams can warm up. I loved how in both those instances, as they opened up those booths, the way the crowd got behind those teams. It's so exciting to have a crowd, more so when it's your home crowd. What I am curious about is on the side of the Mongols, one of the things that always surprises me is when they do a roster change, how they find the talent that they're finding. What is it about this region that is supplying them with these players? Because they tend to make a change and we think, oh, that's a mistake. And then it works out so well, which is what we've seen from them this year.
There's just a really strong familiarity with a lot of the Mongolian players. Like they had score before this, and I feel like for like the secondary team in Mongolia is actually usually fairly competitive too, so they sort of know what's going on there. Plus, on top of that, they have regular practice partners in that space. And I am going to say one benefit of playing from Mongolia, it's not a big benefit, but it is one at that, is that as opposed to something like Korea or Japan, you have actually viable ping to face it European servers. And so if people are very serious about this game, they are going to bite the bullet and play with 130, 140 ping in order to like try to play on those Eastern European servers.
The map video is going to be coming in soon, hopefully. Before we do that, though, I do want to point your attention to one thing, which I think is a lot of things fans don't realize. And maybe it's not something you think is important, but for a lot of these teams, we spoke about it with the Furia game. They have all of these coaches and analysts. There's a lot of money behind these teams. The Mongols doesn't have that sort of financial backing. These guys, a lot of the time, are paying for their own boot camps. They're packing themselves up. They are living out of a suitcase for most of the year because they've realized that being in Europe is where they need to be. The sacrifices that these players are making to be on the stage is mental.
They've had basically bunk beds in their vlogs. They are sleeping in the same bed as some of their teammates in their vlogs. Like they are absolutely toughing it out through conditions that people on Vitality G2 and Falcons would scoff at. If you tell 2 people on Vitality they got to sleep in the same bed together, they would laugh you out of the building. And the Mongols are doing it just so that they can compete at this level. So no, props to them for actually just getting through the thick of it. You're playing from like 2010 esports. That's what the Mongols embody in so many different ways.
What, you don't think Apex and Zawu are cuddling each night in their king-size bed together?
Unlikely, Sam. It's unlikely. Okay, we got the veto rolling in here. I thought that this would go to Inferno, given that every time these 2 teams have played a BO1 or a BO3, it's either been the deciding map.
これ昼間にやったんだよね。ヌークバーン、ミラージュバーン、バーティゴバーン、ラスト2バーン。
Ancient or Anubis because I knew that no one was going to play Nuke or Vertigo, and I thought Mirage would probably get taken out as well at some point. So I figured it would come down to Ancient or Anubis, and ultimately it will indeed fall into the Anubis. Yeah.
It's a little bit of a flipping of the script, given that, again, like they've played every single time these teams have matched up. The final deciding map is Inferno for them. So for them to go to Anubis also felt like it's in a weird way it's a possibility.
なんかアヌビスっていうマップはなんかバランスよくどこの圧勝するようなマップではない感じがするけどな。なんか俺の偏見。
Yeah, I mean, I think just to go to Mizzino, when I talked earlier about him being an evolutionary player, in my opinion, and how he performs, he used to be so passive. He used to just be like one of your alert extremity players, really relied more on people like Senzu and Blitz and Techno to be like the opening force for this team. But now on a map like we're about to watch Anubis, while he is playing the A side, he is not some alert passive player. He will entry onto the A site with Senzu and Blitz behind his back and actually just be a real big threat. And for me, the big thing with this map is Mongols is just so well-rounded on Anubis. Like they can play default, they can go for the faster executes. They are so fine-tuned.
このマウスパッド。だからスプリットの一人チョッパーからチョッパーも使ってるよな。
A big nuisance, a big just aggressive rifler. You know, sometimes Summer will kind of do that to a degree as well. and they're just not as tidy. Like if I could, like the mid rounding is just not as fine tuned as Mongols is. I think that's going to be the big mismatch on this map.
Is that scrappy play something that could maybe shake Mongols a bit, or do you think it's going to be difficult for Rare Adam to find their footing?
I think what it's going to come down to is just how well the individuals perform. If you're going to play a scrappy style like counter,
まあモンゴルズはマジで 強いからな。
actually get frags and actually contribute. And so again, it will come down to someone like Child King, who's one of their main entry fraggers, as well as someone like Summer, who is also very active.
アヌビスね、マップは。
But only if you're actually able to produce like frags.
まあアヌビスっていうマップは俺も配信でもやってるからね。何回か。個人的にはティーマップだね。なんでティーマップかって言ったら B メインも A メインもミッドも取りやすいから。アンダーも取りやすい。
As we do get the Perfect World Shanghai Major kicked off. Rare Adam, a couple of names you should all be familiar with. Kaze Somebody and Summer, aka Fancy One, once upon a time. Fancy. The new names Lihang and Child King up against the Mongols.
さあ、ファースト。
One of the more extreme discrepancies in terms of expectation for the two teams. I think a lot of people got
レアアトムはチャイニーズ一人とシンガポールが一人だっけ選手が上海でやってるからまあ地元だよね。うわつい、いや強いよいや強いよいや強いよいやいやいやいやいやいやバカ強くね。
They're going to have fun with this. And they start T-side Anubis, Chad. It's actually, it's brutal. It's
I can't
brutal
believe we
out
saw
here.
Burst Fire Glock come into play there from Senzu as well.
Anyone else?
いや強よ
But there was so much conversation between these two teams.
強いってもんじゃねえな。
So just in the lead up, it was friendly, understandably so. But yeah, a bit of chit chat. I think for the Mongols, this is just really comfortable for them. Team they're going to be familiar with, an opponent they don't have any issues with regionally. Should be able to
みんなフルエコやね。本当のフルエコやん。一人誰一人投げボンも買ってねえよ。
We also have Wildcard taking on Fnatic on that secondary stream, and then Pain versus Imperial coming up after that. The Wildcard versus Fnatic match is actually quite interesting because it's Wildcard's permaban up against a map that Fnatic have a 0% win rate on. So yeah, and that's what the week worth of prep into your opponent for best of one will do. Okay, Techno.
2 bullets, all he needs, just like that.
Well, there was plenty more aggression. It's now backed off. The A site to be investigated, to be planted by 9-10. Really, an easy round for the Mongols. No issues whatsoever. You can also head over to majors.im if you want to take a look at what the next round of matchups could shape out like. Remember, don't take that as gospel. Wait till you hear from the officials. But pretty good resource to be able to predict how things are going to factor forward. All right, how many more does 9-10 get here?
3.
All right. 1, 2 and a bit.
Kept humble, kept humble.
Well, all good. Everyone's got Galils or AKs. And now that the rifles to be invested at
まあこっからだよね。
Rare Adam, what's your opening stance? Yet smokes are plenty. Sure, you've only been able to invest in 1 incendiary to block and a handful of flashes. So going to be real tough to try and piece this one together, Rare Adam. You're up against a fully bought, fully rifled Mongols with more than enough util. Let's see if they want to do something a little bit more default heavy. Bait out the CT util and then go for the finish late when they're out of nades. So having to show more restraint. They can't just molly mid initial. They can't just smoke straight out the gate. Held onto it for an extra 10 seconds.
They want to go on this. Double molly, break the smoke, and start to push. They'll take full control of middle, or at least the first stage of middle. Here's the second fight. Child King going to be jiggling, spots him out, and
まあこんなシンプルな FB でも
Maybe bomb spotted on the radar there because
いい
there
の
was
か。
blitz in the house. So it's great information.
That was
まあ
too
まあ
easy
まあ
for
まあ
Techno
ま
to
あ
read. flash for Summer to aggress into the A main. Mazinho, though, has vision. And a frag. Wow, how's he won that one up against the M4? Shortcomings of Summer. Now Child King trying to stand and deliver. We'll get the first. Needed the second. Senzu immediate trade. A side taken. Big commitment of a spam.
What?
All right.
What?
Straight through the smoke on camera.
I think there'll be plenty more where that came from. Half by now for Rare Adam. This would probably be the... I think when I was looking at betting odds, which is not something I traditionally do, but I was having a look because I wanted to see what the bookmakers were putting in terms of, you know, the disparity of odds on favorites, because a lot of these games coming into this opening stage, the RMR, for me,
作戦はシンプルなミッド A バサミなんだけどな。
and that's because of the best of one factor,
Yeah.
and teams being able to get it to pretty favorable maps. And I think this was the one with the greatest odds. So Rare Adam up against it in most people's minds.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for them to post a win in those best of ones, never mind the best of threes.
Well, how about more than 2
ちょっとも
kills?
ったいねえよな。
Yeah, well, that's certainly the first step towards a couple of rounds, actually.
Oh, well.
You need the kills to get the rounds. That's what a wise man once said.
チャイルドキング以外でキルできてねえや。
There we
あ
go.
お、サマーキルできた。
And Summer
Oh.
gonna be able to get his hands on that rifle for long. Goes down to Senzu.
Do you think he was a fan of... I've forgotten that.
Summer.
Team Drama. Not One Tree Hill.
You got it.
Seth was in there. He was dating Summer. That's where I was going with the
I
Summer
see.
reference.
ピークがうま。
I'm afraid I'm kind
多分2人いるって分かったよ。
Look, the brain's so much slower. Even though I had a full night's sleep,
Yeah.
it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, we're going to get our circadian rhythms all lined up.
Yeah, just in time to get ready for Christmas, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. The B-bomb site, all theirs. I would say for the taking, but it's already been took for the planting. Bomb goes down.
Fool of a took.
40 seconds thrust onto the clock as Techno removes somebody, and it's just Lee hanging out.
Lee hanging around
勝てる気がしねえやん。
with his Desert Eagle.
It's a red one.
It's a red Desert
Goes with his
Eagle.
gloves.
Yeah.
Nice little color scheme going on there.
Can't
Thank you for
fault
showing
it.
us. Is his knife also red?
It is. It is.
He likes red.
It checks out.
It does.
Look at that. Lovely. Full combination.
He doesn't go with the uniform though, does it?
No, that's fair. You know, he hasn't taken his uniform into consideration.
Kind of stands out like a sore thumb.
And yet to frag. Same could be said for Kaze and somebody. Someone getting himself onto the
Who?
board. Somebody.
Ah,
You might have heard of him. And that's going to be a tech pause. Oh, tech, excuse me. That's Rare Atom. So unable to communicate, but it is just going to be a technical hitch. You can see there on the right side of the
excuse
screen.
me, admin, we don't have any rounds. Could you do something about it?
I can tell you what mousepad the guy on the second in from the right is using based off of the box. You see that box?
Yeah, on the table.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
He had like a little box underneath it. That's the artisan box.
Oh, the flat box.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking on the table, not under the table. Okay, so he's kept his box.
I keep my box. I recommend it.
Yeah, in Malta though, the boxes get a bit moist.
But well, I've been using it as a moisture barrier.
Oh.
So I'll put it back in the box when I depart
Okay.
to avoid the.
I take it with me.
Oh yeah, but I don't dare. I don't want to.
You don't want the artisan to leave its little.
No, it's too dangerous.
Look at all these people.
Wow,
What a great turnout for a bloody group stage.
it's amazing. It is. It is really cool to see. And the first major in China. What a it took us a long
Yeah.
time.
Well, that's the thing, right? We've had plenty in Europe. We've had a couple in America. We've had one in Brazil.
Yep.
And this is the first time we've ventured forth to Asia. Obviously, the time zone is the biggest qualm for people. But clearly, if, 4,000 people are ready to show up to watch group stage games, that's kind of insane. I
Yeah.
think you would struggle to do this in many places in the world.
Oh, dude's got the body cam on as well. He's going to be getting all the footage. But yeah, it is. I mean, look at that sea of people for the first day of play. Fans showing out in full force. It's very cool to see. The support. I mean, I imagine it's going to be tough for them to be cheering for Rare Atom. But Mongols, of course, representing
Yes,
Asia
yes,
as
yeah.
well. I suspect that will be that'll become a fan favorite once we get past this hurdle. I think right now they're probably cheering for the underdog. But as soon as Mongols have come with their style of play and their expectations and prowess, I expect there'll be lots of chances for Mongols to win over the crowd.
Yeah, and we know that they definitely have legions of fans. When you and I were there,
なんかの不具合か。タクティカルポーズではないか。
They gave us a whole bunch of stuff to give to Rops. I think there was it a Juice World CD?
Yeah.
There was these lovely letters. Yes.
Very cool.
So there was something we had to give to Twist or Jake Harris or something along those lines.
Yeah, and the fans, they were saying that they do like all of the cross-posting so that FaZe's media makes its way to China. Very cool.
For the translations and all that jazz.
9-10, you can see him on your screens at the tippy top with 8 and 1.
Some flashy shots so far.
Yep, he's been looking sharp. That is a lot of signatures. Are they?
They all fit on that little pad.
Tiny signatures.
Well, he asked nicely.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
すげえ人じゃね
Keep it minimal. I like the blue.
こんなに人いんのやばくね マジで
It's a hi-hat.
Oh, hi
Not
and
to be
bye.
confused with a hi-hat.
For drumming.
For the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was with you.
Yeah. It's my hi-hat impression.
What do you reckon snacks available are?
For the fandom?
Yeah.
You know, like it's probably not nachos and hot dogs is what you're suggesting.
Well, there could be, I would hope there's
ん
popcorn.
始まるな。
Yeah, for sure. Maybe some chicken? Don't know.
If anyone's there, let us know.
Oh, we're back. We're back in business. Let's see. Rare Atom in pursuit of a round. And some frags. Kaze on the AWP. Oh, Techno's got a very complex little smoke there. It's like a running jump throw. I wonder where that's going to be headed. It's just a very quick lurk smoke. Okay. Geeky.
Wow.
After the Madja blocking smoke incident, he's found a new way to throw it.
Yeah, they don't want that to happen ever again. Oh, they're ahead of this, aren't they? That smoke was just dropped by the CTs literally counts for nothing. So Senzu escorted in, full baskets control.
He's got Mazinho as well available for any trade if they do reaggress, so that's nice. That's a good piece of real estate. Forced away by the incendiary.
It all just feels temporary, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Still, bomb over towards T stairs. CT's heavy presence in middle right now, so they can transition between either site. Onslaught of utility hits the screen. Blitz stalled out, and well, even more, they're just back and forth battering of nades.
But these flashes, there's no one to swing off of them. They're just to delay them. Another flash. This time someone pushes in, but there's a smoke to block. Blitz on the fade may overlook Child King's position. It really hinges on Child King. Clean. Finds Blitz, overlooked in the smoke. A nice opening kill for Rare Atom in pursuit of their first. Heading in towards A, and it seems like the gamble is so heavy on this side of the map. If Kaze doesn't hit this shot, it is awful.
おお、今当たったん
Mazinho buys time for the rotation through. Child King next man on the scene, but Kaze's reposition is solid. And as
反応早っ
takes down 9-10, huge solo hold of the A site. Senzu picks up the AWP and gets out of there, leaving the bomb. Not playing for the round, and instead just going to try and
反応クソ早くね
weaponry into the next. Going to be cleared by Child King and gets himself a freebie.
Okay, well, nice round there from Radon. Really just has to be on Kaze, doesn't it? That maneuver pushing into the smoke, I wonder if that's premeditated.
Well, you
Right.
just threw like 6 flashes with nothing happening. The 7th and 8th, at that point, you know, you're just tucked in on the smoke. It's cool.
Yeah, a bit of cheese though, right? And if that's how they have to manifest rounds, then we need to see plenty of that starting to come together. But the one import there, Kaze. Malaysian getting the job done on that AWP. Obviously, we've seen him on the servers for a long time. Same with somebody in summer.
Okay, A main flash from Kaze. Is it going to be a push from Child King and Summer? They molly the back box. They swing out through. Mazinho tries to catch him back with a HE, but it's actually Li Hang who's delivered a nice opening. Takes down Senzu.
They couldn't even respond B main, right? It was blocked. You can't just run through that smoke. There's A presence. Blitz probably a little bit slower on this mid crawl, so an opener to work with for Rare Atom, and they are piecing things together quite nicely
でも
now.
モンゴルズってアウプ使えるやつで3人ぐらいいるよな。アウパー入れて。
Progressing up the canals, 9-10's all. Ooh, gets info. Somebody gets away with his life. Presents his back to Techno, and that will be punished. Child King.
もったいね
Zinho's hit a banger there. Important trade. Summer drops in. Pressure applied, but he hits his shot. Summer down to Blitz. It's fallen apart for Rare Atom. A little bit of chance, but disintegrates before our very eyes. Hello. That's a knee.
That is a knee.
He needed that one.
まあ無理やね
One with a reposition. Threatening. Would have loved a kit, but he
おおちょっと待って
catches
飛ばさなきゃよかった
reposition and makes this clutch a reality, which he has. Kaze's making this one threatening. Would have loved a kit, but he hit the shot. Oh,
わーお
that is ridiculous. How's he done that? 9-10 goes walking, and it falls apart for the Mongols.
こりゃすげえ
How? Oh, why?
I don't know. The only way he wins that is if Techno's
There's
running
no
through
kit,
the
bro.
smoke. I don't know. I don't know what this one was. I mean, he does it.
He does do it.
He does do
He
it.
did it.
Wow. Wow.
Well, probably clutch of the day.
Yeah.
That or Liaz's 1v3 on the
1v3.
pistol round.
In the B side, very clutch centric today.
Okay, all right, Mongols.
Okay.
Uncharacteristic round loss there.
今の
Curious stuff.
1on3 決めたのはすごいな
And get another buy, 2-round difference. Rare Atom get the purchases back through. Kaze, a hero in back-to-back rounds now. Let's see if he can do it for a third time. Has a good pick if he wanted to head over towards Connector early, but looks like the body language says something else. Wait, so he had... Okay, all right.
Yep. We're cool. We're cool. We're cool. We're boosted.
guess.
And we're...
あ
Wild King
Was
was
he lining something up?
ー What?
looking at the floor.
He was lining something up.
I think so. Just making sure he wasn't exposed.
何やってんだよ
Well, I guess he wasn't.
Yeah.
Just to the boost.
Just the boost.
Just the boost. We've never seen that before.
No, I have
That's
never.
brand new, that
That is
Maybe the first
yeah.
time we've seen it.
Never before seen. Mid Occupado.
Yeah, A and a lot of Trouble.
We.
Everyone's here though.
And Li Han gets away with that. Takes down 9-10. Where's the cover? Okay, Mazinho is a demon right now.
う
Okay.
ん
Claims 2 scalps. Bomb now delivered to somebody. And a missed heaven smoke, but that doesn't really matter. This is a crazy little
逆にスモークミスったな
now.
いや逆にスモークミスってよかったかもわからん
Got a never before tasted marinade.
Well, they know that Li Hang was hanging about, so they are going to just be diligent before they scoop up that bomb. Worried where he's gotten off to.
Look at that smorgasbord of different stickers on Mazinho's AK. He's representing a whole variety. Chill my color
ああこれはセーブでしょ
T-side and a T-sided map, so the Mongols are
いや
looking for
TBS 来て
a
る
bag of rounds.
Can Lee hang on to his M4? He can't. It's on the floor, clean by Blitz. Triple kill from Mazinho. It's got to be the star of that one. Gets his little MVP star, I suspect.
反応で負けてねえか
Right, so there was moments it could have gone wrong, so necessary to hit those shots, but Rare Atom right now are the ones with the financial trouble. Li Hang with 4.1, Kaze with 3.8, so that's 2 M4s, but looks like they're going to take the save for the options. 2,900 into the next. Oof, I was going to say should see everybody with a buy. It looks like somebody will be in a questionable position.
エコだけど調整って感じか
Mazinho, yeah, just flatlines him.
He looks so confident, doesn't he? Like, knows exactly what type of fight he's looking for. Understands the timing if they accelerate into that duel immediately. Sure, it's only a pistol, but still dealt with. And now...
That's a real luxury in these rounds, isn't it? With someone like Mazinho taking an opening kill. Now you can just chill out. You just have to go through the motions. Blitz is going to get that mid-util thrown.
Okay, well, mid secure. No doubt about that. The Flames confirm it. Blitz does too. Dividing right now a Rare Atom. 2-2 split of the remaining defenses. Really not a whole lot to boast, is it? Just a couple of pistols, MP9 for Li Hang, and again, the map just feels very small for them.
Oh, it looks like somebody was going to go swinging. Mazinho receives him.
Wow.
Glee. Nice nice from Azinho. Another triple kill round from him. Kaze not long for this world. 9-10 makes it so. Finds himself a pistol of choice. Or not.
Yeah, feels like they're getting through things pretty straightforward. Ooh. Okay, Sensu just bought an MP7, but then I think he sold it. So maybe it was just a misbuy. And that's fine. Now you can sell stuff back.
一回スカウト買ったよ
We have
な。
a forgiving arms dealer.
Yeah,
The
well,
ones that I have had experience with, not so much.
no. But, I mean, losing rounds because you clicked the wrong thing is just
Wow.
stupid.
Yeah.
No, it's a skill difference, actually. Back in my day, you had to make sure you bought correctly.
It's not great like when you all buy and then your coach takes a timeout and says, no, you should eco. You'd already made the decision.
Yeah, that's fair. I see the difference there. Li Hang and his mid hold, or rather con hold, I should say. There is a mid boost, but no one home.
Shao King on mid.
No, well, he's thinking about it. He's more passive, just jiggling for info. Oh, Li Hang, yeah.
いいグレ。
This HE, good placement.
Got the flash ready. Look at the space.
うまいな
Walking in the park.
It's
そ
peaceful,
の
very peaceful.
へあ
Oh
の
gosh, Sama.
カメラから見てることは分かったからテンプルにもいるとは思わねえよな。ミッドに2人も避けたくねえから。
Li Hang charges it.
おーいす。
What a disruptive double that is. Straight through the temple smoke. Doesn't care. And now somebody's left B.
Yeah, he pushed B main. So, he's definitely in the back lines. There's no doubt about that. The bomb will need to drop out the window through Canal. They're aware of the possibility.
これどんな作戦だ
Azinho's now pushed all the way back to find him.
Yeah, well, unless... No, there you,
いやポジションいいな
Unless Li Hang kicks on the fast first, but he's caught everything covered. A moment
なんでそこで
of
待
chaos.
っけどさ、さっきのポジション俺使おうかな。
Unless-
ここ強いな
There you go, there you go. Okay, I was going to say, unless Li Hang kicks on the fast first, but he's caught everything covered. A moment of
俺も
chaos,
使おう。
and it subsides once more. 7-2.
7 for the Mongols T side, and they'll be looking for the full run here. I mean, unless Kaze can win another round. He's already won
That's
two.
true.
Yeah.
Can he do it again?
まあセーブだね。
Stu-
Basically just polish.
They expect it, don't you? Well, Pain vs Imperial, the final game, is the first round of best of ones. That'll be happening shortly on that secondary stream. Harry and Hugo to bring you that action. Domestic, go check that out. And then when that concludes, we will be configuring our matches for the next round of play. This one feeling a bit like a formality.
また
Okay, we've got to tech pause some FPS issues for somebody going to be investigating that one. As Kaze fan in the crowd, you can see, I mean, he's
すげえ人だ
one
な
of the。more long-standing members of the scene. He's been around the block. Wonder what his first team.
What do you reckon they're putting in those crates at the back there, the CS ones, the kilowatt cases? Do you reckon that's for the phones?
I thought about phones, but then I saw like a kind of box with phones as
Yeah,
well.
actually, you're right. That little more see-through Tupperware type container looked like that was a phone's container.
In which case, what could it be?
These are large booths, though, aren't they? Like, look at the space.
There's a lot of room
You
for
could do
activities.
cartwheels in there. This admin's got gloves on.
Okay, that's the first of its kind. I haven't seen a gloved admin before.
No. Do you what type of gloves do you reckon?
I
they
reckon
are?
they've got the little grippy bits.
On the fingers.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, if you
Good
want to
touch
pull out the
screen.
HDMI cable,
Sure.
it's not a HDMI cable. The display
Just
port
the-
cable.
Yeah, the DP.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And for the Mongols, obviously, just going to be trying to keep yourself in that flow state. It's going to be difficult with these disruptions.
Yeah, look, I think the thing is the Mongols' journey and the fact they haven't changed roster again feels that, or tells me that they feel that there's more potential for this
Oh,
team,
yeah.
which makes sense because this is the furthest that a Mongolian team has ever been able to go before in terms of what this roster has accomplished.
Is that
Just
implying
thought that maybe they'd hit their ceiling.
Did you think that?
Yeah, like because they're struggling against the bigger names.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, making that change means, well, you're going to struggle against the weaker names too. But this could be the event where they really shift that dialogue, right? The fact that they get to be on a time zone they're familiar with in a place that where the food and everything is going to be a little bit more up to snuff with what they regularly have. So I think there's a few things that really play into positives for them. And then it'll be interesting to see if the Chinese crowd supports the Mongolian team as the tournament progresses. But they're going to have their fan favorites. Like we know that people in China love G2, right? They love like Twists, for example. So they have a lot of teams that they're fans of.
Yeah, Monacy is especially a fan favorite.
Oh, we saw them getting essentially, just mobbed by people in Chengdu. I remember one day we walked in and they'd all just crammed into the lobby, which there's security to deal with, but there's so many people and they're all around Nico and he's there throwing shirts around and stuff. So maybe invoking a little bit of the fanfare, but they're embracing it.
Yeah, I love it. I'm not sure the referees love this though.
Nah, well that's the thing. Now when I
So
do
he's
this, with
wiggling.
as you can see, this. What does he reckon? Is that tearing? So is it a monitor issue?
Or is he making excuses?
Well, I don't know. He keeps doing the shake, which represents screen tearing.
Yeah, now
we've all done that before.
Yeah, of course. Child King's even leaning over saying like, I don't know, man. I think mine looks pretty good.
Is old mate down the end? Does he really sit legs crossed like that?
I've known some unusual seating positions.
Don't think I could sit cross-legged.
You could.
まだ始まんねえ
Yeah,
の
but
か
I don't think I would feel.
No, I like to plant my feet.
Yeah,
I
want to be grounded.
Stable base.
So what have they just told him? They said, "Hey mate, enough. We're getting back
He's
underway."
wiggling and wobbling. Actually, I'm going to check it out.
Well, the freeze time's ticking down.
We are ready. Yep, somebody is giving us the green light with his green knife. Ready to get this one back underway. Round 10 for Anubis. This
What
is
a
the best of
beautiful
ones.
map, isn't it?
It's lovely. I mean, it
来た
really
来た来た
is.
来た来た
Counter-Strike's maps have gotten more and more beautiful into the Source 2 engine as well.
Those boats move.
I don't think there is a single moving boat.
We're gonna get
Prove me
moving
wrong.
boats. 2026.
We've
I want
got
to.
cats now.
2025's next year.
Yeah.
If they rush A, Alex, this could be considered inspired. However, they don't.
Yeah, a little bit of a flashbang to deter them, and we're off. No one's home.
Literally.
They
But they don't know
pushing
that.
middle.
すげえすげえな
Okay, now then, 9-10. When he needs to throw out his utility.
A メインの取り方がすげえ勉強になるんだけど
Flashes, destined for glory, pushing smokes, and he's been spotted out. 9-10 counter join his boys. They have no idea how much territory they've lost. He does hit one through the floor. Tries to finish it off with a Tech 9. Does well with that one. Bursts
いやうまいな
and now
うまいな
collapses to the AWP. Child King might be next.
なんていうか
Already giving it up. Okay. Oh, come on! Jumping headshot from Techno, of course.
Give them a couple, like not even rounds,
here you
just
go.
kills.
Lihan gets one.
Yeah, but what about Kaze? Can he retain the AWP? Running over towards B. The hunt is on. They're
Oh,
coming
they're
up through
coming.
connector.
位置がバレて3人向かってるぞ
Multiple bodies from the Mongols on the hunt.
I don't know if he's got this one in him, Kaze. You're going to have to really hit some shots. Oh, hide behind the pillar. He gets his first. Throws out the smoke. 9-10 running at him. He gets him down with a Tech 9.
いや当たってねえんだ
No AWP and no hope.
当たってないんだもったいね
Auxiliary.
そうこの後うまい一回引いて体勢整えてからまた打つこれはわけわかんねえ
Absolute nonsense. That Tech 9 AWP combo does feel good. It's Kaze lining up there.
Amen.
Okay.
てか裏2人取って勝てねえってな
Feels deep, doesn't it?
Does. Feels like a flash.
Like if I'm the tease,
Ruin your day.
I'm like, you're not coming through that.
うー
Right?
ん
That feels so much easier to hold than the one that kind of envelops a bit more of the box.
Yeah, and then you throw this, and you throw a flash, and a HE to clear, and it's yours. Unless Summer gets flashed in. Oh, Mazinho flying. Trade from Techno. They know there's another. And he spams. Kaze.
おお
Oh my god, he's holding on. Runs out of bullets. Child King finds Blitz. An advantage. A man advantage after
これは
the skirmish. Senzu grabs
これは TU
Nine10 actually continues
CT 有利
to
でしょ
try to sell this and hits his shot
いや
with the
強え
More coming, pushing through camera smoke.
マジで強えな
Stick around.
Oh, he's
Walks
gone.
through. They're going to cut noise. Does Lihan continue to search or does he
バカ
just
強えな
take? 910. Oh, didn't spot him.
モルトフあるよ
Overlook and Lihan's first peek out. Oh, it's free. It's a free
Wow.
frag for 910.
He's looking great, isn't he?
Yeah, so good.
Just comfortable for 9-10, like hitting some really nice shots. Now somebody left in a 1-on-2, which was moments ago, very winnable, but poor somebody with only 1 kill to his name. Up against the two, I guess, star players of the Mongols, you'd say.
I don't know. I fancy his chances. Oh, spots him. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. 9 for the Mongols. Comfortable into their pursuit of a 10th as well. The CT's not looking too healthy.
No. Not at all.
Not whatsoever.
But not a surprise.
No, nor that.
Well, let's just recap. Well, we're going to have a minute break. We'll recap it in that minute break, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll save our recaps.
おい、サムバディが1キルやん。やべって。
First major for Lee Hang and Child King.
Picked a good one to qualify for, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they just missed a standard mid-smoke.
Or is that not the question mark, kind of?
No, that was thrown by the CTs.
Ah. Ooh.
There are plenty of question marks.
Okay, somebody peeks out, confirms Techno's positioning, his crosshair play.
やべえ、眠くなる試合だ。
It's undercover and quick enough. It's a real nuisance as Techno just kind of keeps the CTs guessing on B.
Yeah, it's a good position to be lurk as well. Feel like it's a fun spot to try and pick in from late. You get to be so annoying on timings if the info from your teammates are good. But a 3-2 split of the defensive unit.
T が有利って言ってもちょっと有利すぎんか。有利すぎるっていうよりかは差がありすぎるな。
Lee Hang will. Low HP. Summer, Child King, everyone on their way in time. That's important. And now only one stands in their way. It was Summer. Child King catches the cross of 9-10. Now bomb loose and has to get across. Now they stand and bang. They can hit these shots. It could be a rare out of third. It looks good. All onto Techno. A 1 versus 2 jumping. What is this from
They're blocking each other.
I don't understand.
They're blocking each other in cave.
Okay, well, let's just run at him. And die 1 by 1. Child King dies. The Techno round. Bloody hell. Rare Atom 2 to work with.
So just to recap the results of today so far, as we take a little bit of a look back. We had FlyQuest taking down Complexity 13-6 on Anubis. We had MIBR opening up the account against Virtus Pro.
ADR135 はやべえな。っていうか ADR29 はやべえ。29はやべえ。
We had Big triumphant over Passion on Mirage 13-9. Liquid with a massive comeback on Ancient 13-10 over Cloud9. And Wildcard with a victory over Fnatic 13-11 just on Wildcard's permaban of Mirage. So a decent amount of upsets, I would say. I think FlyQuest over Cole, MIBR over VP, Gamer Legion over Furia are all upsets. And Wildcard over Fnatic I would have had as a 50-50. There's no way in the world I knew that was going to Mirage though.
No.
Yeah, all right. There's been, definitely a lot to turn these best-of-1 matches on their head. That means the second round 0-1 games, there's some chances for some really fun matchups there as well. But still, this half and one more match to go. The Mongols look like they've come here with a clear objective just to take care of business. They're not messing about.
Blitz with the flashbang. As he drops the 2 pairs of dual Berettas. No silencer for Senzu. He's trying to style on him.
Slow start from Rare Atom.
センズの USP サイレンサーついてないけど。
In combination with Lee Hang watching for B push. Now Child King and Summer on the mid crawl. Passive angle from Blitz to be held. He doesn't have any help.
Blitz spots out one. Child King anticipated presence on the doors. Blitz anticipating that and actually confirms his presence as well. Good awareness in the solo mid-hold. It's not coursing over rotation, just Mazinho tending to the potential for a full commit. Summer and Child King are trying to sell something here.
I feel like they're going to drop back window and B split. What else can you do?
Yeah, that has to be the plan. The CTs in 2 minds now. Give the mid. Lee Hang and Kaze start their surge. Senzu's got nothing to report. He's hearing it. Okay, tracks another. Two dropping. That really has made it very clear.
音でかくね？
The rotation's on its way. Good damage, but Techno lives on for a second longer. Nice click. Senzu and Techno. Okay, revolting double. How has he found a second there now? Mazzinho. Oh, he's very quick to that one. Somebody make sure. Yep, that's how he likes it. He'll do it how he wants, and he hits a clean one. That is a nice shot onto Mazzinho. Okay, 20 seconds. He needs the bomb, uses the flash to get across, rather a fake flash in the decoy. 9-10, dancing with him, now spotted out, he's running out of time for this, hits another headshot, could he really come up clutch? A quiet first half, what is he up to? Graffiti and everything, 7 seconds, fakes it out, Blitz now in the 1v1, he can hit this!
強。
Denies, nearly styled on him there.
I can't believe with the silencer back.
惜しい。
Jumping up onto the site, Graffiti, he's doing it, there's a lot of things, a lot of moving pieces and parts.
One of the more exciting rounds.
Bang! Oh. Oh.
Yeah, that was tidy. Even that wasn't too bad. This one, Blitz just
Might.
stays calm and gets it done.
Might.
11-2.
普通にうまい。
Force fight from Rare Adam without the plant.
9-10 unloads his mag and finds Lee Hang lacking. Blitz is there as well. Somebody in the smoke. Low HP. No one's looking. A second could be really good, but not going to happen. You lose the bomb. You likely lose the round. Kazi doesn't think so. Takes down Techno on B, and Senzu's already departed. They've spotted the bomb. Delivered to their front door in middle.
Someone with head armor and a Glock.
Yeah.
うん。
And he's gone.
これで B メインっていう情報があるから。
Kaze left to find.
Well, I already ruled him out of one clutch.
Yeah, let's not make the same mistake again.
アーマーは買ってんだ。
He's got himself a FAMAS.
Kaze, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Go.
Go Kaze.
12 to 2.
12 to 2.
12 to 2.
Yeah. Well, this has to be a buy. What kind of buy?
A good buy.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Thank
Not
you.
bad. 10 points to Gryffindor. Let's see what the Galils and Tech-9s can get done here. Kaze gifted a scout. Missed opportunity onto Blitz. Flashes and a push. Techno is going to make the canals his
Senses with
domain.
him.
Pre-aiming for the rugs as well. He's ready for this fight. Can he take it with a burst?
Wow.
Control the spray. Somebody gets it. But are they ready for another to have taken his place so soon?
That frees up the Mazzinho push now. Senzu has a lot to worry about.
Child King's got him booked if he jumps up. But instead, they'll just establish this crossfire. Very potent.
Oh, 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 oh.
Spots him out and converts. Takes down some up.
これはきつ。
The bomb is loose near B, so all of this is for naught.
これはきつ。
Losing the round before they even get near a bomb site. Somebody's low HP. Maybe he can hit a headshot.
わお
Yes, he can. Delivers with the Tech-9. Makes it a 3v3. Punishes Senzu's prolonged aggression.
Well, they must know Mazzinho's here.
Kaze going to have a very hard fight on his hands if he does go further. You can hear the scout. Knows what's up. Now starting to retreat. So he's going to have a fast flank on this.
Yeah, well, and actually there's support. Blitz has come over towards A to help out Mazzinho, so 9-10 might be the one who just gets to finish the round on his own. Which he very well could do.
He's most definitely capable.
Great game. 16 and 7. Actually, everyone showed up.
9-10 to finish the job. 20 seconds as they are walking through this smoke. It's what 9-10 wants. It's what 9-10 gets. Oh, dear.
あ
Headshot. One burst of the
あ
13-2 scoreline. Mongols taking
あーもっ
convincing
たい
in
ね。
this derby. And a round of applause from Shanghai for what Mongols have put on display.
Without a doubt, the most convincing victory we've
もったいね。今度これ見よう。
Exactly. Mongols T side kicking things off. All 5 players towards the A bomb site, struggling into A main. Strutting is what I wanted to say.
Straddling, perhaps?
Straddling, yeah.
Well, they are doing that towards A main. And currently, it is exit waiting over towards the default boxes.
Well, this stack towards the B bomb site for MIBR needs to be a little bit of aggressive, and they are doing it just now. They're going to miss the timing to react to the information. Oh,
Whoa.
okay, Exit.
Whoa.
No way. All 3 headshots. What a pistol round from Exit.
Yeah, that is huge. Just out of nowhere from default, delivers 3 headshots. Now Mongols have to try and flip this back. And Blitz, he'll do that straight away.
ブリッツが合流すれば
Drop gone. Here comes
けどその前いや強いよ
to Mazinho, and then little Mongolian
いやいやいやいやちょっと待てよ、
being sucked out, the kid on his back. Mazinho swings it.
強くねえか
Bro, they really wanted to exit. Exit gave them the round on a silver platter.
Look at his little dance.
Exit gave them the round on a silver platter with these 3 kills right here. Gush
いやここまで3キル持ってった後よ
in this situation, but the retake beginning through that smoke. Oh no, why did they
うま
hustle? With a kit you can be patient.
強えてかやっぱ
And Mazinho is one player in particular.
QCK だよなマウスパッドは QCK ヘビ
Yeah, his glow up in Counter-Strike has been phenomenal.
わかる
It's been so
俺も
fantastic to see.
それだから
In Katowice, we got to see him on the first outing this year, and he was overshadowed obviously by Donk as the young player in the tournament who went on to have one of the greatest performances ever. But he was a 17-year-old starting this year, and he has just gained confidence, and you can see the confidence not only just on the server, but off of the server. He just looks so much more comfortable, and that's been fantastic to see this year for the Mongols, in particular Mazinho.
Especially when you consider having watched his first games and first tournaments within this lineup. Yeah, he looked lost. Yeah, he did. It was like, how do they find this guy?
Well, this is one where the Mongols have missed on the replacement.
Yeah, it's like we know it's going to be tough for them to find Mongolian players.
おい
But this one, I
TK な
don't
ってんだ
know.
けど
Yeah.
Yeah, but he has really stepped up and evolved within this team to be a pretty strong piece for them.
強いねモンゴルズやっぱり
Off Mazinho's recovery in the pistol, and the guns come out for MIBR CT side.
タイミン
We
グ
talked about the run of form for the Mongols. We'll talk about that streak and teams that
まあ
they
こっから
have
よねこっから
since losing to ENCE. They beat Cloud9 2-0, they beat Fnatic 2-0, and they beat Imperial 2-1. They then beat T3 Max, Heroic, and then they went on to the Asian Armada where they beat Alter Ego Drillers, and now at the major, Rare Atom. So they are on a streak, and they've beaten some decent teams.
そんなものあんのすごいね
Straight into middle, Blitz just today called him the best pound for pound fragging IGL in the world.
Okay. All right. That's a nice statement.
Certainly up there.
It's up there.
Exit in the donut, smoke to fade away. He will fade away into the A bomb site. So on a timing, check A main for a push. Mazinho and 9-10 ready to go.
They have so much good space, though. If you're the Mongols, you're loving how this round has played out. 2 players in mid, you know it's completely clear. You haven't seen anything in donut. 2 players walk in A main. They'll respect that smoke for the time being, but all the pressure is MIBR to make a move. And once again, like the pistol round, they have to find information at the B bomb site with 3 players here. And the timing of the smoke is about to clear. So Mongols start making their move, and there ain't no peaks
多分モンゴルズエンシェントバカ強えよ
They never turn the corner. They don't realize how clear it is. So MIBR is going to end up likely saving this round. Molotov towards Temple to prevent anyone from swinging out. Rotations starting to come in, hoping Exit can provide something. You do have a kit, but you've got 1 flashbang and 1 Molotov for this retake. And if you go for it and lose, it's back to pistols and an easy round.
Yeah.
So MIBR, they rotate over, but they back away quick.
It's also just the sheer number of Mongolians that you have to get through to get back into the bomb site, right?
Hordes, some would say.
Yeah, yeah. That D is really important. But yeah, they're going to all hide out in the donut, and that's going to be real difficult to get back into. So MIBR calling the save.
Yeah, nothing they can do here. Just off an opening kill, good positioning, good map control for the Mongols, and they put it to good use. Slow and patient. And they know the situation as well. They're going to be really focused up in the next round with MIBR saving all these M4s. But a good start on T-side Ancient.
I mean, we just seen it in the previous game with FlyQuest defeating Big. We know how strong good starts are in MR12, especially the best of ones, right? If you see Mongols 3-0 up here, this save call doesn't pay off, and MIBR concede this round. Man, we're looking at Mongols grabbing real control of ancient early doors.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they decide to go to.
やべ、
from there.
眠い。
Obviously, it depends on what
眠いっ
they
す。
would manage to save, but they've got
こ
money
の
in the bank
試合終わったら
without
寝よう。
having to replenish these M4s. They can replenish utility instead. 3 players again opening up at the B bomb site.
Blitz just going through his usual motions of applying pressure towards elbow, mulling out the ledge, climb up.
Exit has no support once again, and he's very committed on this boost.
Yes,
But Drop's getting the intel this time. They push all the way down, they turn the corner, and Exit's got to know it's coming towards him. And Sani's
A だね。
in time.
いやー、それ勝てんか。
Committed on the boost, and no kill. That's a big problem here for MIBR. And Sani's still burning, and his vision severed off by the smoke, but he stays committed. He goes into the fight, into the sweep. Double kill for Insani. Looking to flip this round back for MIBR. Boost is good, but no spot from
はあ、そ
Really good patience from
あ、
Insani.
そう、
Shout out to
そうやってん
the
だ。
defenders who got the information at the perfect moment this time around. Insani just staying alive. Safe's head taken off. They know there's one more there still. He's burned out, but Temple lies in wait, and Lukauzi finds a frag.
Yeah, answers the prize as Senzu goes down, trying to get back into this one. MIBR.
おいおいおい、ドロップ。
A kill from Donut, but he
Drop.
does not pick up his chance.
何やってんだ。
Lukauzi left on low HP, starts to slink his way through that CT smoke. Bomb plant in, 9-10, locked in, and he's got that kill to bring it up to 4 for the Mongols.
Yeah, the heroics at this bomb site from Exit in the pistol round, and Insani with his double kill here, they go awry. 2 players playing that default box. When the first gets killed, it's not Insani, so they know there's a second player lying in wait.
反応早っ。
Really well managed after the difficulty caused with that double kill.
Again, a lot of
いや、俺もカランビットいいなー。カランビット欲しいなー。いくらすんだろう、カランビット。
There's a lot of parallels that I'm seeing at the moment where these close 1v1s or 2vx's early on in the half are going the opposite way, and this is allowing a great start for the T side. Fortunately, because of the save that MIBR had earlier, they have enough residual cash to get a buyout here.
And even an AWP on the hands of Safe. The red room smoke missed, but nobody from the Mongols actually heads out to get that kind of control. So Safe has information, and he can slide back a little bit deeper into Donut. And Sani's going to stick around. So this time the B defense is a little bit weakened with only 2 players here. And this time as well, Mongols not grouped up. Playing a spread default, applying pressure, and starting to take control of Jaguar.
Yeah, Safe, good kill from Donut.
もっともっと、カランビッ
Default
ト。
applying pressure, and starting to take control of Jaguar.
いや、それ当てんの。
Donut, that's going to be 9-10 off the top of heaven. Mongols relocating their forces. They would have attacked for the B-bomb site instead. And it looks like MIBR have a good read of this because they're just sending Safe back with his AWP. The double commitment in towards Jag. Here comes the trade
う
opportunity.
まい、ピークが。
Applying pressure to drop in the corner.
ピークがうまい。
Hold on, and with that off rotated over, it's an easy kill onto the ramp play from Blitz. Bomb down, and now Mazinho must clutch on his own.
Kills are lovely, though. You know the money's really, really busted on the MIBR defensive side. 1 more frag would be awesome. 2 more would be special.
音でもうバレて
Well,
る。
they realize he needs to move forward. Molotov's good. Actually severs off the offer from his teammate for the time being. Actually trying to fake the plant. Oh, Safe is burning.
What?
Burned away. And Mazinho now opens up a chance with the fire and the flames. There is life igniting.
おいおい、先般だぞ、それは。
He's got to take a risk somewhere.
And he wants to take the fight. Insani's shoulder spotted. Mazinho starts to back off. The flank up the ramp. The flank in behind. And it's Insani to drop him from long instead. A nice try from Mazinho. The damage was good. But then an opportunity. A Safe burns away. You think there's a chance for him to win it. But first round on the board finally here for MIBR.
Op recovered as well. Yeah, Safe.
ボリアルフォレストいいな。
Quite like that. Takes a little bit of damage, and then it just chunks him down. But he had a beautiful round up until that point. 2 nice kills with the AWP, including the opening frag, and that sends a little bit of notice over to Mongols. That AWP being on the field of play can't just dry walk in towards angles. Safe is going to knock you down. Plenty of money for the Mongols T side as they reinvest. AWP in the hands of 9-10. Residual cash on Blitz as well.
Blitz going back to the elbow. There goes out the classic util. Applying pressure, not looking to get out mid, at least on the first wave. To go again instead on reflashes.
What?
Stops the aggression from Lukowski working out. Drop involved in a fight at the bottom of the B ramp that doesn't go the way of MIBR. All of these opening fights are coming up to Mongols. A lot of brawling And a lot of battles, but the Mongols win every single one of them.
Yeah, well, look at the X's on the map. It's like no one had any kind of cohesion. They were trying to execute a crunch towards the B lane with the player coming out Jaguar and a player coming down B ramp, and they both just got into really awkward engagements. Some partially flashed, someone partially stuck in smoke, and it almost feels like the Mongols picked up the pace, but that was aggression from MIBR that allows these openings to all come out so quickly. Exit found in CT spawn. Bomb will be planted, and we look towards the money at this stage. Because Mongols want to hunt down this last
Talon knifeでもいい
F4, and
か。
there is not a lot of cash to play with.
やらしいとこいんな。
How deadly close Senzu is. Now he spotted him out. Exit moves into the open. Senzu low on HP and grabs that headshot. That is a great shot from Senzu. Survives just about when that grenade landed on his head, but a 5-1 scoreline. Just think how hard MIBR in the end had to fight for their first round victory, and this is the round that follows. It's just not good enough.
わー、それ当てんのやばくすぎやろ。
I think there's a case to be made that you could say Senzu and Insani are a good comparison in terms of firepower and ability and the ceiling that they can hit. I think Senzu has proven this year that his highs are extremely high.
This whole team though has been impressed. The op they've MIBR dropped down into a partial buy, upgraded pistols and armor, MP9s, enough to upend the round. If you get a little luck going your way.
P250 is on 2 of 5-7 for Insani. And yeah, not pretty here for MIBR, but they leave some cash left over. 2 players in towards A main. Bomb holding elbow. And 2 outside the bomb site right now for the Mongols.
Exit's got to re-smoke to maintain this control of elbow if he wants it, but already looks like he's deciding to back off. No presence over at the B lane from MIBR. So they don't want to maintain the aggressive positions.
Here comes Mazinho. To the open, safe to be taken down, and there was
うまいね。ああやってしゃがんでしゃがんでって出てるとピストル当てにくいよな。とにかく頭当てないといけないからな。いや、何それ。バカみてえなエイムだな。
We got the A bomb site, guys.
Yep.
Come on
A
over.
is free.
The water's warm.
The water is full of blood.
All right, well, you took that to a dark place.
Yeah, it was kind of cool though, wasn't it?
That was a little
Metal.
Yeah.
セーブやろ。
And that was the who. Mongolia turned to be Mongolian.
And I mean, they have been like to a lot of fanfare out of. Oh, shout out to him.
They're looking to try and increase this streak to 9 wins because right now 6-1 up versus MIBR. Not looking too bad.
A month down the road, it's still turning up all Mongolia. All right, Blitz is going to go through this. Insani, though, in the corner. A freebie when he pops out. Yep. A little trickery.
Didn't see that move, Blitz, did you?
No, a little trickery mixed.
何スモークロングスモークそれ。
Players from the Mongols at this B bomb site, they're just pulling the trigger on this.
いや、それデモ見よ。
It's just drop.
月曜日デモ見よ。
Let's see what drop can do. They line up beautifully. A little bit of team kill action going down and cannibalism.
TK やんけ。
Mongols here, but
And no more utility.
Yeah, util for MIBR is slowing down this plant as well, and that smoke will start to fade away, revealing more opportunities for MIBR players to shut down the 2 remaining members of Mongol. So 9-10 takes the fight. He goes aggressive into the cave. Lacalzi remove him, and Mizu actually slipped away with the plant. Best case scenario of that situation, and that's MIBR up to 2.
I think you've seen the idea and adaptations that I think MIBR is kind of honing in on as this half kind of extends a little bit longer. Is Insani, especially in the last round at the 5-7 and exit with the MP9, this round as well, pushing into the smoke. They want to be aggressive on elbow. They don't want to give up that mid control to Mongols. They want to make sure they have control of elbow because that can help them slow down the B hits as well. So they're really prioritizing that sort of map control on the CT side to make sure the Mongols can't just exploit it.
けどここって CT マップなんだよな。CT マップなんだよな、ここ。
Pretty cool to see a crowd at this stage of the major.
It's a nice view as well.
It is.
These cameras in the back.
And the stage setup kind of reminds me of like a hot dog.
The windows are very.
Where, yeah. One time,
Extremely heavy.
I actually did an event back in like 2019 where we had a stage set up that was a train. It was a WePlay tournament. And the Gambit Youngsters team at the time, I think it was Axel, he fell down the gap between the train and was like, goodbye. So,
right.
danger. Safe.
Sees the shadows, but is calling this a fake the whole time. Back towards mid we go. Good shot from Insania. Now Exit can play next. Has gone unspotted.
いや、うまいね。ドーナツでヘイト買ってポケットはいないだろうと思わせる方。
They have no clue. They have not even a thought. They have not even a thought of this position.
Oh, great shot from Techno. Insania had it ready.
強いや、エイムバカもんやろ、マジで。
And eventually gets his chance, and Mazinho walks right into him. And Senzu, he's going to clutch this one.
Needed that shot because we have to get more.
First step in the right direction.
So Senzu left to clutch in a 1v3 with the off. He's got the first.
Well, there's the first step in the right direction, but on to MIPO. Do it now.
Yeah, they have a new task now in this half because they've been playing.
やべくね、こいつのエイム。
Most of this from the front, mostly with the economic advantage, strategic advantage of pulling MIBR around the map. Well, these 2 rounds in a row, MIBR has just kind of stabilized it. So now if you're the Mongols, if you want to add more rounds on the board, you've got to
Yeah.
them. You've got to stop them building momentum and see how many more you can scrape together. It's already a good half for the Mongols. They're going to be pleased with this. But 3 chances to add more rounds onto the scoreboard at the major. You want to capitalize on that.
うまいね。
It's safe to fall down, and MIPR handed out a deficit to work with, and a lot of time to play 5v4 for the T side of the Mongols. But
a lot of smokes utilized. There's 6 smokes on the map right now.
They may have a lot of time, Jason, but they haven't got a whole lot of control across the map, right? So they are somewhat limited by the fact that they could have conceded map control elsewhere.
Well, MIBR, I mean, you have that angle from Exit over towards middle and Donuts, so he knows they haven't taken complete control to challenge towards Red Room or Donuts. So that's the one thing making this defense feel comfort is the fact that he's got eyes on that cross, and the Mongols haven't forced it back in any way.
See that flash thrown out. See one from West Mellinger in the Asian Armaras.
And because of that mid player, it's going to allow Insani to rotate over. He's peeking a peek down mid, saying it is in fact clear. Good spam from Techno, sliding with the Galil. 40 seconds.
No drops in the cubby. What can you do about that? Mazinho just
いや、強え。バカ強え。やべえ、こいつマジで。
Dude, it's just so good right now. It's crazy to see Mazinho at this level.
It's always fun when you get like a quad kill like he did in the pistol round and you're just like, oh, this shit's working today. It's hidden. Mouse feels good. PC feels good.
エイムおかしいやろ。どんなエイムしてんねん。マジでバカ強えな。
Nothing he can do apart from try and save this M4, but he's not even likely to get away with it.
あー、ミスモロ。
Even fumbled the utility as well. Oh no. Goodbye. Good night.
How many are you going to take down with you? That's all you got.
One. And that's it. So Senzu sharp to the headshot.
Bro, Mazzino's nuts today.
セーブさせねえ。
He's just taking at.
This is a little bit dirty from Techno, that slide, but man, Mazzino just does not care about anything.
16の5ってないや。ADR なんぼこいつ。
They're great at Counter-Strike, sure, but they have such a timid outlook. You know, when you look at this team, you just see them as like a timid bunch of young players. And then when they do sort of interact with the community in any way, as they make social media posts or whatever, it's always just the most baller stuff. Like
I know.
I think it's just the juxtaposition in their appearance versus how they really are.
They've come a long way from getting called noobs by Cadian.
Yeah, they have.
But I think too,
now he's here. Now he's at the major.
I think
Hero boy?
it's just they've just gotten comfortable in these kind of environments, right? I mean, they've been around it a little bit more. It's got to be a shocking thing coming out of Mongolia, going to these massive events, cameras shoved in your face, everyone trying to talk to you.
Everyone, please speak English. Say something in English. Yeah.
Now they've gotten a little bit more comfortable with it, and you start to see some of the personality.
And they won a few tournaments now as well, which certainly helps. And I think the best part was, in Cologne, one of my favorite clips of the Mongols was when Mazinho just started screaming at his opponents and then immediately shied away, laughed to his teammates and said, it's kind of fun shouting, isn't it?
すげえもん入ったな。
Shout out to MIBR though in this round. They've read it perfectly. They've got everyone in the right place. They got to stop this mid aggression from 9-10 and Blitz. Otherwise, you have the op in Safe's hands, ready to defend the A bomb site, which looks like the final play of the Mongols.
Oh, Shadow spotted on the edge of the wall, and Exit, he's done well. Safe's off, chimed in, and Donut, another shot set up by distraction. And the fact that the AWP was positioned over here, oh god, another player burning away to the Molotov of Mazinho. This time it's Insani, and this time Mongols will fight forward. This grenade's gonna blast open that smoke, and CT drop, cleared out, 9-10 to drop him. And MIBR were in a position where they had an advantage. They still have, thanks to that peek out of the temple from Lakazi.
That's a beautiful shot because 9-10 wanted to wrap around behind them.
時間がない。全員やるしかない。
And you can't win this. He can start planning, but they're just gonna push him, and that's the round done. So Lakazi actually takes 9-10 down before the time ends, which is fortunate because he only had $3,150 in the bank. So 7-4, that's a big round for MIBR to win. It didn't look like it was likely.
It's a huge read, obviously.
いいアウパーだな。
That Molotov missing its mark, or else he can't stand here behind the flames and take these pop shots. They still almost recover it. But the 5-7 protecting the ult works absolutely perfect. Fourth round, one final round to play in this opening half. And it's over towards the B bomb site. Mongols gonna stay grouped up. All 5 players.
UMP? センズが UMP? かそのアウプ高いんだよな。
Pushes his way in towards the bomb site, yet to be detected, and yet to spot anybody from MIBR. Senzu leaping around the corner, drop holds on, Safe has got another one, and at least the defense holds for the first 2 kills. But that plant is coming in as Mongols look to secure themselves in 8th round.
これは
MIBR have an advantage coming into this retake.
T 有利になったな。
Seems like he knows Lukazi's here.
He's got him pinned up on that box. Technos goes into the fight though, and Lukazi it's a
おっと
and a second to push the Brazilians towards 5. Blitz left with a deagle, doesn't want to play with that UMP. And so MIBR smoke him out. And in a position now for a 5th round win, stuck on the defuse. So Insani's going to hold it. The Brazilians have 5. And some resilience in that first half from MIBR to weather the storm.
It really is, and collecting 4 over the last 5 rounds as well has got to feel good. It felt like they were hanging on by their fingertips for most of that opening half, but they've got what they've needed to kind of return the favor and see what they can put together on their T side. Lovely start from the Mongols that started to fade away. And now if you're MIBR, you're like, okay, well, we can avoid Mazinho.
Yeah, we can just cool him down, ice him out, but then you got to deal with maybe someone else.
Well, this is where the CT side you'd hope
これ
9-10's 8 of
GSR やんかこれ。
Mongols is going to be fired
で
up.
GSR もな俺早くダメなんだよな。
Here on Ancient.
今持ってるけどね。
Once again, I think there's a double kill with the a little bit early on its bounce, so it didn't clear the corner. Hey.
あ、ADR 何個 ?131 やばいね。さすがやね。131はやばいね。
17-7 for Mazinho ending the first half.
逆に ADR34 はやばすぎる。
The first round of the game started with Exa getting a triple kill on the pistol. And still
まだ70から80は欲しいよな。
Need to stop the Mongols from taking both pistol round wins here on Ancient. And MIBR going quick over towards B. The defense on this side of the map is Techno and Senzu. And it goes quiet. Just for the time being. As Safe has the long smoke ready to deploy, he'll have follow-up flashes, exit, molly and smoke combo. A full execution into the B bomb site. And one that Techno needs to begin unraveling as they come towards him in Senzu.
That's an awkward fight.
Flash forces him behind the smoke, so it's Techno that goes into the open, dodges the initial flashes. The two Berettas unleashed, and a team kill in the mix again. Techno has to get back to safety because he's out of bullets. Insani still in the cave, held back by Blitz. And this defense is starting to crumble a little bit with that headshot from Insani. There's an opening, but 9-10 and Techno combine to stop them getting through the ramp.
デュアルベレッタマジで強えな。
I think everyone from MIBR got intimidated by those dualies. Techno is just standing tall, the front of that defense, just keeping them at bay, holding them back, buying time for rotations. You got to give credit. A good support flash as well to activate him for the first kill. And Insani left in a 1v3. But 4 guns on the other side. He handles the first 2, not Mazzino.
Both pistol rounds won by the Mongols, and it's Mazzino, but mainly
デュアルベレッタの
that steps up with the dual Beretta.
デュアルベレッタのあれ弾幕やべえな。
Wasn't affected by the flash buys that were thrown over because he was behind the pillar. So he was able to swing into the open. Obviously a team kill going down as well. Safe taking his own teammate out of play. Makes it a little easier for them.
I mean, all the forces coming up B ramped, but only one coming in cave from Insani was just like there's no one who could step up and find a good fight against those dualies. Nice job from Techno.
No bomb plant either, so that means you don't get the opportunity to go for a great force buy.
It's not the greatest situation to be in if you're MIBR.
Nuh-uh.
I'll be honest with you.
So the Mongols, their idea should be just limit the casualties here. Make as much money as you can without dropping anybody. And Sense is pushed all the way down to the bottom of the B ramp. So if they come through the double doors, he's ready to go. He's not alone. He's got Techno taking contact out from Cave. So very comfortable setup here for the Mongols. Really shouldn't have too many issues in terms of dealing with MIBR. And a 9-5 scoreline being queued up.
It's one of those fun opening days of these Swiss systems where we've just got tons of Counter-Strike being played all day long. Over on the mainstream, we've got Complexity taking on Passion.
The story of the RMRs and perhaps with the potential to be the story
この M4 のスキンも夏いな。前々からあるよな、あの M4 の黒とオレンジのスキン。だいぶ古いぞ。
Well, they're on a comfortable map for them as well. Anubis, that's a map that we've seen Passion get some of their best work done.
Yeah.
The EU RMR.
Ooh, Techno. Nice shoot.
Oh, they all lined up.
Ooh,
Finally,
okay.
Lucazi right at the end survives on 7 HP.
Oh, that
There's an M4 down. Can you get to it?
No, there's no time for that. Oh, he's got it.
You got it. Just about.
Sprinting.
Yeah. You underestimate their speed.
I did underestimate their speed.
I think you maybe. Oh, yeah, I think the freeze time felt a little longer as well.
It did. I think maybe it is in the majors. 9-5. 4-round lead in the favor of the Mongols.
M4A4 もいいけどむずいんだよな。A1 になれるとね、A4 使えなくなる。
Let's see if they can keep this close or if a comeback is going to be required.
Well, Blitz handles business at elbow on the T side. His job is also holding mid on the CT side. Now Flash goes into the open. Fantastic.
うまいね。
Insani, unfortunately, Insani wasn't alone. He had his friend Exit who came out to land the hand.
Mazzino, I know you're having a good game, my man, but that MP9, that kind
They've
of a
got
fight,
rifles. I will fight them with my MP9.
That is maybe back off a little bit.
Not the idea.
A lot of damage dealt to the Mongols. A lot of utility been used by the Mongols with 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. And a lot of map control for MIBR.
Here comes the push from Mazzino. And that MP9 will work in that kind of close quarters combat. Exit making sure that he trades, but there's a lot of Mongolian players around that corner, and he doesn't want to commit to it.
I respect the hell out of that play. That's kind of cool. Go get aggressive, clear him out, get some information. Unfortunately, they've shifted to the other side of the map past that. It's the B bomb site that's going to be aggressed upon. Senzu's shifting over now, but unless he's got some kind of Herculean massive effort to give, which he does not.
Damn, that couldn't have been more clean.
I tried to build it up for him. I tried to give him his moment.
Boom. Insta.
Don't have any
リテイクすんのこれ。リテイクすんのか。
Why? Why?
You can buy in the next round if you back away.
セーブやろ。
There we go.
I think it's the only not bad. Ani looked like he was going to go down.
The peak and saves his teammate.
And they also got the
Pass you a little angle. Beamed.
Yeah.
Right. In front of it.
Well, Blitz only has a CZ, so he's gone. But Mazzino still on a heater.
Yeah. That's a huge trade to grab for Mazzino. Smoke is down over the top of the boxes. Techno gonna back away. Flash up into
いや、いい FB やな。
Off angle, and Techno delivers. And safe to be flanked out. 10-6.
Clean towards the ramp.
The top of the into the engagement.
for Coach Knack. 500.
Yeah. Some would say it's the best stage. It's the new 25.
The new 25. So that means the new 20. The 25 is the new.
ロー HP で持ってくるやばくねえ
years
か。
old. All right, 10 to 6 scoreline is the Mongols should be taking 11.
Hero AK on Luke Halsey. Can't get anything done with it.
おいおい AK が速攻で。
He was not hoping. That AK-47 passes to Insani, the next player with armor.
Just thinking about something, Jason. I think the MIPR brand might be older than the majority of the Mongols players.
Probably is, yeah. I think that came around, I want to say, back in 2003.
Yeah, so it would be older by a number of years.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It's kind of cool. We're very fortunate in Counter-Strike to be able to say things like that.
That is true. Techno waiting inside of the cave. Blitz alongside of him. And MIPR now slipping their way into middle. Who's waiting to defend them now? In the donut, it's Mazinho. And Blitz out towards red. But Mazinho's gone. And Sani's AK-47 is opening up an opportunity that MIPR did not anticipate. Senzu moves into position at A main. Blitz rotates away from red. He gets back to C team time, but can the in-game leader deliver more than one? Senzu with the distraction set up. Blitz gets another one. And Techno's now arrived. Exit alone, and he didn't take it. He didn't take his chance, but eventually he's gone. Was that a miss smoke from? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
that was a miss smoke.
That was indeed a miss
A
smoke.
cloud in the sky.
I gotta say though, I love that play from Blitz. Getting that kill, sliding into the bomb site, tucking himself down.
うわ、20キルいってる。すげえ。
Position, but he knows his teammate over in A main has got a great crossfire to take some attention away from him and alleviate his team. Could have gotten a double kill out of it. Might be our 11 to 6.
Some people's favorite scoreline, presumably. Drop's gonna make his way out. Heaven, Insani and Exit alongside of him. They've got mid control to work with.
It's the new 14-10.
Yeah, it is. That's what they always say. Not a whole lot of mid control on the T side for the Mongols, but much more focus here for MIPR, and you can see why, because Insani's got a double in the donut. And MIPR have an advantage to work with a minute 7 seconds left on the clock. Techno's hearing a lot of presence outside of Cave, but needs the fight to go his way. Eventually, Drop walks over the Jag and bitten down on by Techno. Reaction 9-10 should catch the bomb carrier. Oh, damage done to save, but not enough to bring him down.
Yeah, but
裏取ってる。
now they're smoked off, and now they know there's an op there. Slow
いや。
shot from 9-10, well aware, and the flank is coming in ever closer. And Blitz,
これ無理だ。
he'll hear them running if they go past, and they're just gonna stop. It's a safe.
Resistance. So to just take it cleanly and get a 13 to 6 win.
Yeah, a lot of resistance provided in Donut this round, though, and Sani comes out on top of both of those, but there's no more progression elsewhere on the map.
Yeah, frustratingly, I think there was a lot of rounds in this game for MIPR where they would get themselves into a good position. One player would step up, whether it be Exit or Insani. They would get a multi-kill that would never actually turn into the round victory, and I think there was just too many of those rounds throughout this game. The pistol round, obviously, in the first half was a great example. But later on, there was moments where Insani would get a double kill, get them into a never easy.
And throughout the first, really bad vibe. 20 kills on Mazinho. 4 of those in the first half pistol, and he hasn't stopped since then.
Back over to this A bomb site. Therefore goes down to Exit and opens up a chance for MIBR to fight on. They try and get their way into the A site, but look how quick the rotations are for the Mongolians. They've charged their way back over to this A bomb site, and now it's just Insani. And if there's any hope, it would be on the shoulders of this young man. Insani is behind the big.
これは無理やろ。
It would take something unbelievable. It would take something beyond special for Insani to pull this off, and it is not going to happen. Today, it's all about who's made.
終わってみれば圧勝やな。
MIBR, and they now go
終わってみれば圧勝や。
nice game from the Mongols. I mean, yeah, we've said a lot about Mazinho. We can just say it again. He was a dominant force in this. I think for MIBR, on the other side of things, I liked a lot of the things they did. Still, when I watch this team, I'm like, this is a cool squad. They have some cool ideas to them. I think in the first half on their CT side, obviously losing that pistol was devastating after Exit's triple kill, but a couple times in the
さて寝るか。今日はもう。今日も寝よう。疲れた。ということで今日はお疲れさんです。まあ明日は何かやると思う。多分。じゃあお疲れさんでした。